That's great. Thank you. And everybody, I think the everybody content is everybody and you get thank you, Mike. Sorry about that. You can keep these number. Here. All right, guys, take care. All right, I'm ready. So later, the ball will get you downtown.
Kickoff for Chicago.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now it's Patterson. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
They'll take over first down and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now it's Jackson. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. He cannot wiggle free. They stop him at the line on 4th down. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. On 1st down, it's Jackson, and he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
The tackle by Jeremy Chin. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 11-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by LT, the Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll start here with Jackson. And some room to roam now. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. A play fake, now Cunningham. And Hill with it over the middle. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 12 yards as they get to reset the sticks.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game the play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On the carry, it's Jackson. And some room to maneuver. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They run the counter. Jackson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
They run on first down with Jackson. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They run the counter. It's Jackson. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
3rd down.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So
maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. He was solid on the field goal, but not as solid on the kickoff there, and that'll put him at the 40-yard line to start this drive. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Here's Mahomes to throw. And left side here, it's Graham. Pushing tacklers aside and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. On 1st down, Mahomes. And that is incomplete here.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They're giving him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first. Passes with a big 3rd down coming up. He's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. And again, it's Mahomes. That's caught by Jackson. And he's got room. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
1st and 10 at the 13.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do. Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2nd and 6 from the 10. Now here's Mahomes. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Mahomes finding Tyreek Hill. And the Bears have taken the lead.
Eddie Pinheiro lining up for the extra point.
And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Makes the score Bears 7, visitors 3. O'Donnell to kick off for Chicago.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Now it's Patterson. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Following the delay, here's 2nd and 9. Off play action, it's Cunningham. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Results.
So that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Cunningham. That's complete to DK Metcalf. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 1st half.
A 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run the counter. It's Jackson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A nice run there, 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd down. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Tackle made.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. On 1st down, it's Cunningham. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half.
The 1st down pass. Intercepted. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies and try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that.
Well, switching gears for a second. Look, Charles, we know it's part of the game, but injuries, again, a big story in Week 5. Most notably, of course, Dak Prescott. Pretty severe ankle injury that's going to keep him out the remainder of the season, and that's really just the late.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Could you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Alexander on the tackle.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
The ball carrier.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. They run the counter. It's Jackson. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as he'll wind up going backwards. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Bears will get the football back.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter. Well, as we normally do, let's look ahead to what's to come here in the NFL for Week 6. Some changes to the schedule in this most unusual season, but CD, I've earmarked a few here. I've got Cleveland and Pittsburgh, Green Bay and Tampa Bay. Of course, that's going to be a lot of fun. Arizona, Dallas, Monday night, and then you got Buffalo, KC moved from Thursday to Monday to account for Buffalo playing on Tuesday in Week 5.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and start with that one, because that Buffalo-Kansas City game, as you mentioned, was originally a Thursday night feature game. Then they moved it to Sunday, and then they had to move it to Monday because of the juggling of the schedule in this most unusual season. Arizona-Dallas Monday night, that feels like an old-school kind of a game, doesn't it? And now we'll have Andy Dalton at quarterback for Dallas. And Green Bay, Tampa Bay, that's simple. Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. And Cleveland, Pittsburgh, how great is this now to feel like it's the old AFC North battle with Cleveland fully in the fight?
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
They'll run on first down. Jackson, he'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
At the 19-yard line.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19.
From the gun, it's Mahomes.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Troy Apke. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
First and 10.
Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
On 1st and 10, Cunningham.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs.
And nearly picked off.
Cunningham.
Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Throwing again, Cunningham. Flushed out right. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's 3rd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they've brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Out. 4th down.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're going to try and throw. And this is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Here's Jackson. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there.
It's 4th down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here.
And this is up and good from Pinheiro.
And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Out of the gun here, it's Cunningham, eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. And now that'll bring up 2nd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
To throw again, Cunningham. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time, and it's 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. There was the pressure you were talking about, force the incompletion.
And it doesn't always have to end in a sack, does it? Sometimes you can make a good play by forcing the incompletion with the pressure.
It's 4th down.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Down at the 35-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Elliott, the ball carrier.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw on 3rd down, Cunningham. And this is caught at the 8. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
The 8-yard line.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5, pick up a 3.
On the carry. Deion Sanders on the tackle. A gain of 3.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill there to make the grab. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow.
Harrison Butker set to kick off.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game. See if they can do just that.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They run again with Jackson, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5.
Back to throw, Mahomes.
That's caught by his running back where he mosed it.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Now Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
From the contest.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Mahomes to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. The target that time was Vincent Jackson. And that'll make it 3rd down. To throw is Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Forced to the ground and incomplete. He was covered by Patrick.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. So a change of possession here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 000s.
At their own 16-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Now it's Patterson. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
They'll take over. 1st down and 10. at their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the quick can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive. Here's Cunningham from the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Tressway now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. Now Sanders. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Bears take over
at their own 36-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Part 1 is done, now part 2. A gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT.
2nd down and 7.
Let's go, let's bring it. Hey, 43, 15.
They run out of the shotgun with Mostert.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Let me breathe for a minute, man. Let me breathe for a minute. Let me breathe. I don't need to do this. Gotta go, baby. Check.
They'll run now with Bo Jackson. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On the run, this is Jackson. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Oh, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Patrick Queen.
And some space here. There he goes left side. And he will score. It's a touchdown.
In overtime, tonight's final score.
Still catching our breaths from that electric